Hi, my name is Rochelle Smith, entrepreneur, professional speaker, and author. Last time I highlighted the importance that fear of failure, not allowing that fear of failure to hold you back in your relationships and keep you stuck in bad situations. This time I actually want to move on and discuss the fear of failure and how it impacts your professional life or your career because we spend so much time working, and so it's so important for you to realize that happiness is a choice, particularly in the workplace as well. So, a quick refresher: how does this fear of failure manifest itself? Either number one, failure to take risks, failure to try, failure to put yourself out there. So, in the workplace, it's I want to apply for the job, I may not get it. I may not apply for the promotion, I may not get it, I don't feel that I'm qualified. Anyway, there's 1,000 different scenarios of how people don't put themselves out there because of that fear of failure. And second is people will stay in workplaces, job scenarios, situations that are they are not happy in or miserable. Anyway, any negative word, any negative descriptive word that we can use and throw in there is how people feel in a workplace. And there's just ramifications of just negative ramifications and consequences and all of that of when people and why people are not happy in the workplace and what that does to morale and productivity and all of that. But what I want to focus on is your level of happiness in the workplace. And folks, you deserve to be happy. You've heard me say that countless times, and I'm going to say it again. But happiness is a choice. So in the workplace, unfortunately, you can choose to be a victim, which is actually an overwhelming majority of people do. I'm unhappy, this isn't working. So what do the people do? Go home, complain, friends, family, strangers, anybody who will listen. They will complain and do absolutely nothing to change their situation. Or, second, you can take steps towards positive change. All right. So, what I can do and what you can do is decide to become victors and victorious by taking responsibility and doing whatever you have to do to improve the situation. All right. So, those are two different ways, kind of how people handle. You can just decide to be a victim, which many people choose. Most people choose the victim route. Or you can be in the small minority and become a victor. And so, folks, we all spend so much time working. Don't settle. Don't if you dread Mondays, if you just super excited on TGIF and it's Friday, yay, yay, and you were just super excited and burning rubber to get up out of the workplace, when you're leaving work, then hey, if these scenarios describe you, you got to make a change. But I can't make that change for you. But you've got to make a decision. Am I going to choose happiness or am I going to choose misery or unhappiness? The choice is up to you. And folks, I stand here as one who knows I have been there. It's particularly with this fear of failure that will keep you. If the fear of failure is very, very rarely kept me from ever trying, and that's why I've done quite a bit. And considering how young I am, I've accomplished quite a bit. But part of the reason for that is because I'm not afraid to try. I'm not afraid to put myself out there. I don't use make excuses. I don't do any of that. But it can also, like I said, keep you in bad situations. And I've been in bad situations in the workplace. So folks, I can relate. Couple of quick stories. First off, right out of grad school, the whole reason why I chose Northwestern is it's a top marketing. If you want to go into marketing, getting that Northwestern education will definitely be a huge feather in your cap, particularly if you're looking at some of the top marketing oriented companies. So got this job in the Twin Cities, consumer packaged goods, considered a top marketing company. But folks, I will tell you, 30 days into a job, I was asking myself, what in the world have I done? Let that sink. Have you ever asked yourself that before in any aspect of your life? What in the world have I done? And so that fear of failure, basically I knew mentally like, oh God, this was a big mistake. But what did I do? What does that failure cause us to do? What is everybody going to say? What is everybody going to think? People at graduation were telling me how lucky I am to be landing this position and how many people wanted to be in my shoes and yada, yada, yada. This is a top marketing company. But the bottom line is that I was miserable. I did not care for the particular position that I was rotated into, chained to a desk, staring at spreadsheets every day. That's just not my cup of tea. And that was not my vision of marketing. It was a micro, kind of a smaller aspect or a subset of marketing, but I wanted more strategic and big picture type of responsibilities, and that's not the position I was rotated into. And so was unhappy there, was unhappy in my personal life, just did not care for the Twin Cities at all. It's a great city. A lot of people like it for various reasons, but I just it did not work for me. So what is everybody going to say? What are those voices in my head? What is everybody going to say? Yada, yada, yada. But ultimately, folks, I had to make a decision. The only thing that matters is what Rochelle says, what Rochelle thinks. And folks, I got up out of there as soon as I could. You know, particularly, I think once you reach a level of unhappiness and misery, you literally could care less what anybody else has to say. And so that, in terms of helping to boost my confidence in this particular area, was huge for me to kind of like, you know what, it didn't work out. I may look like a failure. I don't care what I look like. But in my opinion, this is my perspective on failure. Failure for me is if I'm stuck in a bad situation, I'm unhappy, and I feel powerless and I'm doing nothing to change the situation because I become a victim. And victim to me equals failure. As long as I'm taking positive steps towards change and happiness and purpose in my life, then I am not a failure, regardless of what works out or what doesn't work out. But I'm very quick now, if something isn't working out, to quickly pivot, shift gears, go in a different direction, or work to rectify the situation if it can be salvaged at all. So, second example, last position in the corporate world. We know I transitioned from consumer packaged goods in Minneapolis to Detroit, started out in medical sales, started out in pharmaceutical industry, moved on up into the biotech world, had a cardiology product, calling on cardiologists and hospitals in the Metro Detroit area. Absolutely loved it. Loved that startup biotech company. Loved my company, my colleagues, my sales manager, my sales director, training staff. It was just the kind of like the once in a lifetime type of jobs. It was just, I absolutely was just on cloud nine every single day. Loved it. Recruiters would call me, but there was nothing that they could offer me to make me leave that company. And that's exactly how I felt. That's so true. But like many companies, our company got bought, and the biotech that actually bought us, very small as well, but was huge in terms of market cap. So very profitable, highly profitable company, came in, bought us. Culture shift overnight. One from that was very empowering and trusting and fun to one that was very micromanaging and fear-based and stifling. And so I was absolutely miserable. Miserable. So you're talking about somebody that's perpetually happy to one that's perpetually miserable. And I remember talking to a former colleague of mine. He had already left and lived in another state. And I remember telling him, this was the beginning of the end, that I would rather work a menial job and hold my dignity than work there where we were all kind of stripped of our dignity. It was just a very bad situation. I was miserable, but I had a choice to make. And so ultimately I made the choice to leave corporate America, to walk away from all of that. And so initially, when I was thinking about my options and weighing my options before I resigned, what is everybody going to say? They're thinking, you're so lucky. So many people would love to be in your shoes, and you got it made in the shade, Rochelle. But again, as I stated before, once your level of misery and unhappiness reaches a certain point, you could care less what anybody else has to say. And as always, my family's always supportive because they know, I'm such an achiever. It would take a lot for me to walk away from a situation like that. I would really have to be miserable. And I was. And so anyway, walked away, was the best decision I've ever made. But one thing I realize now is that it thrust me into my purpose. And so I would not be standing before you right now delivering this quick tips on how to become happy if I hadn't walked away from that, folks. I could have let that fear of failure keep me there. And I could be there like some of my other colleagues. Many of us have left, but there's a few that are still hanging on, just miserable and unhappy, but they refuse to do anything about the situation. And we've all found ourselves in that, where you're at a crossroads. Am I going to stay here, hang in here and be miserable, or am I going to choose happiness and pursue a different direction? And that's the choice that I made. And folks, when you choose happiness in life, whether in your relationships or in your career, it's going to cost you something. Because if it didn't cost anything, if it were easy, everybody in the world would be happy. But instead we have multiplied hundreds of millions of people around the world who are absolutely miserable, who dread waking up every day. And that is a tragedy. That is an absolute tragedy. So folks, I implore you today, choose happiness. Choose happiness in the workplace. You deserve it. Your current or your future employer, we all deserve to be happy. So don't settle. Don't settle for less than the best, especially in the workplace, because your skills, your talents, your abilities are valuable. But you've got to believe that, and you've got to know that there's companies out there, or if you're an entrepreneur kind of doing your own thing, whatever the case may be, happiness awaits for you. It awaits you, but it's waiting on you to make a decision. Thanks so much for your time. Make it a wonderful day.